The Pentagon badge lay on my kitchen counter next to the divorce papers. Marcus's face smiled from the laminated card, cocky, confident, cleared for top secret/SCI access. The badge that gave him everything. The career he'd chosen over our daughter's 5th birthday. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me rewind to yesterday. 3:47 p.m. Bella's birthday party. Chuck E. Cheese on Arlington Boulevard, 12 screaming kindergartners, and one empty chair at the head of the table. Where's Daddy? Bella's voice was small. She wore the purple dress we'd picked out together, her dark curls ribboned with silver. He promised. I checked my phone. One message. Sent at 3:15. Ply an emergency. Can't make it. Tell Bella I'm sorry. Pliant. Right. I plastered on a smile. Daddy got stuck at work, sweetie. But he'll see you tonight for cake. Bella's eyes filled with tears. She nodded, turned to her friends, pretended it didn't matter. But it mattered. It had mattered 6 months ago when he missed her dance recital. 3 months ago when he forgot parent-teacher conferences. Last month when he canceled our anniversary dinner. Always the same excuse. Always work. Except Marcus didn't know that I knew. That I'd seen the credit card statements, the hotel charges, the jewelry purchases, the restaurant receipts from places we'd never been together. That I'd followed him 2 weeks ago to the Ritz-Carlton in Tyson's Corner and watched a blonde woman in Prada meet him in the lobby. Watched them kiss. Watched them disappear into the elevator. Her name was Vanessa Cole, 29, defense contractor for Titan Systems. Also, conveniently, one of Marcus's clients. The party ended at 6. Bella fell asleep in the car, exhausted from crying into her pizza. I carried her inside our Falls Church Colonial, tucked her into bed, kissed her forehead. Then I went to my office and opened my laptop. Dr. Elena Volkov. That's the name on my Pentagon credentials. My real name, before I married Marcus and became Elena Chun. The name that appears on 73 classified patents. The name that signs off on security clearance reviews for the Defense Intelligence Agency. I'd met Marcus 8 years ago at a DoD conference. He was a rising star at Lockheed Martin, charming and ambitious. I was a cryptography specialist, quiet and focused. He pursued me relentlessly, said he'd never met anyone as brilliant, said he wanted to build a life with someone who understood his work. We were married 6 months later. Bella arrived 2 years after that. I'd gone part-time after Bella was born, consulting from home while she was young. Marcus's career soared. Program manager, then senior director, then VP of special programs. Each promotion came with higher clearance levels, bigger contracts, more access to classified systems. Access I'd helped him secure. I'd vouched for him during his background investigations. Signed off on his polygraph reviews. My reputation, my spotless record, had smoothed every security hurdle. And now he was using that access to impress his mistress, sharing classified program details at dinner, taking her to secure facilities under the guise of client meetings. I'd been documenting everything, every policy violation, every security breach, every lie. The file on my screen was 200 pages long. Marcus came home at 11:47 p.m. I was waiting in the living room, lights off, laptop glowing. Elena. He loosened his tie. Hermes, another gift from me. Why are you still up? Bella cried herself to sleep. He winced. I know. I'm sorry. The meeting ran late. The Ritz-Carlton isn't a meeting room. Silence. The refrigerator hummed. Outside, a car passed. What are you talking about? I turned the laptop toward him. Security camera footage from the hotel lobby. Marcus and Vanessa, crystal clear, time-stamped at 4:15 p.m. Yesterday, during our daughter's birthday party. His face went pale. Elena, I can explain, don't. My voice was steady. I'm not interested in explanations. I'm interested in facts. I clicked to the next file. Restaurant receipts. Hotel invoices. Text messages I'd recovered from the cloud backup he didn't know I could access. How long? His voice was hoarse. I've known for 3 months. But it's been going on for 7. Elena, please. I made a mistake. Vanessa. She doesn't mean anything. Vanessa Cole. Defense contractor. Titan Systems. Currently working on the same classified program you manage. I met his eyes. You took her to the SCIF last week. You discussed program details at dinner. You gave her access to information above her clearance level. His face crumbled. You can't prove. I can prove everything. I've been documenting every violation. Dates, times witnesses. You've compromised operational security 17 times in the last 6 months. You're bluffing. I clicked again. Audio file. His voice and Vanessa's, discussing payload specifications over dinner at the Capitol Grill. Information classified at the TS/SCI level. Available to exactly 43 people in the entire defense industrial base. Information he'd shared with someone who had no need to know, in an unsecured public location, to impress his mistress. He sat down heavily. Elena, you can't turn that in. My career, my clearance, your clearance? I laughed. It sounded brittle. You mean the clearance I helped you get? The one you violated repeatedly? Please. His voice broke. Think about Bella. If I lose my job. You should have thought about Bella when you chose to miss her birthday party for your mistress. Marcus stared at me like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. Maybe the woman who'd quietly supported his career while raising our daughter alone had finally disappeared. What do you want? His voice was hollow. Everything. I closed the laptop. The house. Full custody. Child support based on your current salary, which won't last long, but we'll lock it in before your security clearance evaporates. You're insane. No judge would. Marcus. I leaned forward. I have evidence of 17 security violations. Any one of them could land you in federal prison. All of them. You'd be lucky to avoid espionage charges. The color drained from his face. You wouldn't. I would do anything to protect our daughter from a father who's already shown her she doesn't matter. His hands shook. Elena, please. I love Bella. Then you'll sign the papers. You'll accept supervised visitation. You'll agree to my terms. And maybe, I won't forward my evidence to the Defense Security Service. You're blackmailing me. I'm protecting national security. You're the one who violated your oath. He stood abruptly, paced to the window. Vanessa will corroborate my story. She'll say the conversations never happened. Vanessa already gave a statement. He spun around. What? I interviewed her 3 days ago. Explained that she'd violated security protocols by accepting classified information she wasn't cleared for. Explained that she could lose her clearance, her job, face criminal charges. I smiled. It felt cold on my face. She was very cooperative. Detailed statement. Dates, locations, exactly what you told her. She's hoping her cooperation will result in leniency during the investigation. Marcus's legs seemed to give out. He sank onto the couch. You destroyed my life. You destroyed your own life. I'm just documenting it. The divorce papers were served at his office the next morning. 9:23 a.m. His assistant, who'd always been kind to Bella, handed them over with something that looked like satisfaction. By noon, Marcus's security officer had called him in for questioning. Someone had filed a formal security violation report. That someone was me. By 3 p.m., his access was suspended pending investigation. Badge confiscated. Cleared spaces off limits. Escorted from the building like a criminal. He called my phone 17 times. I didn't answer. Vanessa called too. Her voice on the voicemail was panicked. Dr. Volkov, please. They're saying I might lose my clearance. I have student loans. I need this job. Please. I deleted the message. The custody hearing was scheduled for 2 weeks out. Marcus hired Thomas Brennan, the best divorce attorney in Northern Virginia. $600 an hour, shark smile, reputation for destroying opponents. I represented myself. Mrs. Chun. Brennan smiled at me across the conference table. Marcus sat beside him, hollow-eyed and silent. My client is willing to negotiate. Joint custody, 50-50 split of assets, reasonable child support. No. I'm sorry. I want full physical custody. Supervised visitation only. The house. 70% of liquid assets. Child support of $8,000 monthly. Brennan laughed. That's absurd. No mediator would. Then we'll see a judge. I'll present evidence of Mr. Chen's pattern of neglect. His repeated broken promises to our daughter. His affair with a subordinate contractor while missing his daughter's 5th birthday party. An affair isn't grounds for. His security violations are. Silence fell like a guillotine. You'd really do that? Marcus's voice was ragged. Destroy me completely. You did this to yourself. I looked at him. You had a daughter who adored you. A wife who supported you. A career built on trust. You traded all of it for hotel rooms and ego. Elena, Dr. Volkov. My voice was ice. You don't get to use my first name anymore. Brennan cleared his throat. If we agreed to your terms, all of them, would you refrain from pursuing additional security complaints? The investigation is already underway, but I won't volunteer additional evidence. That's not enough. It's all you're getting. Sign, or I'll remember 7 more incidents I haven't reported yet. Marcus closed his eyes. Tom, just sign it. Marcus, if you'd let me, sign it. His voice broke. She's already taken everything. Don't make her take more. The papers were signed that afternoon. I walked out with full custody, the house, and financial security for Bella's future. Marcus walked out with supervised visitation every other Sunday, a tiny apartment in Alexandria, and a security clearance under formal investigation. I should have felt triumphant. Instead, I just felt tired. I picked Bella up from my mother's house. She was playing with blocks, building towers and knocking them down. Mommy, she ran to me. Can we have ice cream? Absolutely. At Dairy Queen, she ordered a chocolate cone. We sat in the plastic booth, and she swung her legs, leaving chocolatey fingerprints on the table. Is Daddy coming to live with us again? My heart cracked. No, sweetie. Daddy's going to live somewhere else. Because he missed my birthday? Because sometimes grown-ups make mistakes. And Daddy made some big ones. She nodded solemnly. Will I still see him? Yes. But it'll be different now. She licked her ice cream. That's okay. I have you. Simple. 5 years old, and she'd already learned what her father never had. Presence matters more than promises. 3 months after the divorce was finalized, Marcus's security clearance was formally revoked. The investigation had uncovered additional violations, including proof he'd accessed classified systems from unsecured networks to impress Vanessa with inside information. Lockheed Martin terminated him immediately. No severance. No recommendations. 23 years in defense contracting, erased. Vanessa lost her clearance too. Titan Systems let her go quietly. No press, no drama. Just another contractor who'd compromised security for romance. I heard through the professional grapevine that she'd moved to California, working in commercial tech now, making half her previous salary. Marcus took a job at a civilian consulting firm. No clearance required, no access to classified programs. He made $60,000 a year, barely enough to cover child support and his apartment. Every other Sunday, he picked Bella up for supervised visits at the community center. A social worker sat in the corner, documenting their interactions, making sure he showed up, making sure he stayed present. Slowly, very slowly, he started to rebuild. He arrived on time, brought coloring books instead of expensive toys. Listened when Bella talked about kindergarten. After 6 months, his lawyer petitioned for unsupervised visits. I didn't fight it. The supervised reports showed genuine effort, real change. But I made one condition: no Vanessa. No girlfriends around Bella until they'd been dating at least a year. He agreed immediately. 1 year after the divorce, Bella started first grade. Parents' night, 6 p.m., classroom decorated with construction paper alphabets and crayon self-portraits. I arrived early. Marcus came in 5 minutes later, wearing a JCPenney suit instead of his old Armani. He looked smaller somehow, humbler. We sat in tiny chairs while Mrs. Patterson explained the curriculum. When she finished, parents mingled near the cookie table. Marcus approached carefully, like I might bolt. Elena, Dr. Volkov, can we talk? 2 minutes. We stepped into the hallway. Lockers lined the walls, smelling of pencil shavings and institutional cleaning products. I wanted to say thank you. I blinked. For what? Destroying your career? For not destroying me completely. He looked at his hands. You could have pressed criminal charges. Made sure I went to prison. You had enough evidence. I didn't do it for you. I did it for Bella. She deserves a father, even a flawed one. Prison would have taken that away. I know. His voice was quiet. I was a terrible husband. A worse father. I let ambition and ego convince me I deserved more than what I had. Yes, you did. But these supervised visits, having to earn back my own daughter's time, it's teaching me what you tried to tell me for years. That showing up matters. That presence is the real success. I studied his face. The arrogance was gone. The cockiness. What remained looked almost like humility. How's Bella doing? He asked. Really? She's thriving. Straight A's. Friends. She joined soccer. She's happy. Because of you. Because she's resilient. Kids are. I want to be better. His voice cracked. Not to get you back. I know that's done. But for her. Tell me how. I considered. This man had broken promises, violated trust, chosen ego over family. But he was here, asking, trying. Keep showing up, I said finally. Every Sunday. Don't miss one. Not for work, not for dates, not for anything. Be boring. Be consistent. Be present. I can do that. And Marcus? The clearance, the career, let it go. Find something else. Something that doesn't define your worth by classification levels. He nodded. I've been teaching night classes. Community college. Introduction to cybersecurity. It's nice. The students actually care. That's good. We stood in awkward silence. Then Bella burst into the hallway, her friend Maya in tow. Mommy, Daddy, Mrs. Patterson says we can show you our desks. She grabbed both our hands, pulling us back into the classroom. For a moment, we were connected. Mother, father, daughter. Not a family anymore, but something. A truce. A possibility. A chance. 2 years after the divorce, I was promoted to senior technical director at DI. The ceremony was small. Classified work doesn't get public accolades. But my team was there, and my supervisor praised my unwavering commitment to security. If he knew about Marcus, he never mentioned it. The investigation had been handled quietly, professionally. No scandal, no press. Just another clearance revocation in a system that processed thousands. But the message had spread through the defense community. Dr. Volkov doesn't play games with security. I'd become known as brilliant but ruthless. Fair but uncompromising. People respected me. Some feared me. I was fine with both. Bella's 7th birthday party was at the Air and Space Museum. 20 kids, all in NASA t-shirts, racing between rocket exhibits. Marcus arrived on time, carrying the telescope we'd agreed to split the cost on. He'd taken Bella to planetarium shows for their Sunday visits. Space was their thing now. Happy birthday, Bella Bean. He knelt down, handed her the wrapped box. She tore into it, gasped. The Celestron. Daddy, Mommy, thank you. She hugged us both. Marcus and I made eye contact over her head. He smiled, tentative, genuine. I nodded. Not forgiveness, not friendship, but acknowledgement. He'd shown up every Sunday for 2 years. Never missed once. That counted for something. That night, after the party, after Bella fell asleep clutching her new telescope manual, I sat on my back porch with chamomile tea. The security badge, Marcus's old Pentagon credentials, was still in my desk drawer. I'd kept it, a reminder of what access meant. What trust looked like. What happened when both were violated. I'd taken everything from him. His clearance, his career, his reputation. But I'd given him something too, a chance to rebuild. To find worth beyond classification levels and contract values. To learn that the real measure of a person was who showed up for a 7-year-old's birthday party, not who accessed the most secrets. Revenge had been satisfying. Watching him lose everything, knowing I'd orchestrated it. But justice, real justice, was watching him become better. Smaller in status, but larger in character. My phone buzzed. Text from Marcus. Thank you for today. For every day. I know I don't deserve this second chance with Bella. I won't waste it. I typed back. Don't tell me. Show her. He responded with a simple thumbs up. I finished my tea, watching stars appear over suburban Virginia. Somewhere up there, satellites I'd helped secure drifted in classified orbits. Protecting secrets. Protecting the country. Down here, I protected something more important, my daughter's childhood. Her belief that people could change. Her right to a father who finally understood what mattered. The quiet woman who'd documented every violation. Who'd wielded security clearances like weapons. Who'd dismantled a man's career with ruthless precision. She was still here. But she'd learned something too. The best revenge wasn't destruction. It was transformation. Marcus lost his clearance. But he'd found something better. His daughter's trust, earned one Sunday at a time. And I'd gained the knowledge that my power wasn't just in classified access or technical brilliance. It was in knowing when to strike and when to show mercy. The security badge stayed in my drawer. A relic. A reminder. I didn't need it anymore. I had everything that mattered.